Hi everyone, this is Chirag, and I'm recording this video as like the gameplay demonstration for the prototype for my thesis project. Now, most people have chosen to design some sort of game and like made a prototype for it. I decided to go the research route. The idea is I have been very curious about level design and how to make more intuitive level design without using minimap. What I've made here is a demo which has 9 levels, and the first three are basically what you can say the sample set, where there is a city and you have some objectives, which objectives are basically fetch quests, and you have to go and fetch the data, fetch the items for this quest. And then the next 6 levels, we use some techniques that I've learned over the course of this dissertation. And the idea is I've used this prototype and I've given it to people for playtesting to collect data to make the final report of the result of these methods. But for now, I'll walk you through all the different levels and let you know my thought process behind it. So we have task 1, which is someone has left a trash can near the entrance of a building opposite of the fire station. We need to find it. So we start the level here. It's a small city, it's a simple enough place. This place is designed less from the perspective of an open world game, more from like an open area in a game like Uncharted. That's why it's like a small place, small and condensed place, right? So we have the fire department here, and opposite fire department building is here. So, but if you go around the building, you won't find anything. I've kept the first one ambiguous on purpose because this could also be considered opposite to the fire station. And the idea is to illustrate that without any visual cues, it could be extremely difficult for you to find your objective. Right, let's look at the next one. You forgot your shopping cart outside near the supermarket, but maybe it's time to go and return it inside. So let's see what we have here. Now I've decided to move just forward. We also can keep in mind that you have this whole place open so you can go anywhere, but obviously when I set up the player and I set up the camera in such a way to give them somewhat of a hint towards their goal. In this case, if you walk a bit forward, you see the supermarket here. But even while I was doing play testing, even finding supermarket, a lot of people sometimes they would get stuck here, or they would walk around the supermarket, or they would walk around the gas station. They wouldn't realize what they're looking for. But this is the cart which is at the back of the supermarket. Again, without any visual cues to indicate where to go, it's difficult for us to know exactly where the item is. So task 3, there's a burger stall near your tall light red office building. You have to try it out. Okay, so I think I must try out this burger. I can't directly see the red building from this angle, but I can see some tall buildings. So in this case, I would go towards them. Now the idea is I've done 3 tests for each type of what do you say task. So first 3 are just standard tasks, and the reason behind that is to get some consistency, because someone can take a long time to find something by accident because they missed the correct path, and then someone else can get to some place quickly by a fluke. So 3 levels for each type to minimize these type of discrepancy. In this case, we go near the tall buildings, we find this one light red, and we have the burger right next to it. And also with the last task, I wanted to illustrate that all the first 3 tasks, they have some information, they have some clues for the players to find where they want to go. So it's not like the players are completely in the dark. I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't make the base case more difficult just to illustrate the other ones better. But even after having that information, it's still not always straightforward where one needs to go, and hence like these techniques come in, to which the first one I'll talk about is guiding lines. Guiding lines and funneling. I've done a little bit of both in this one, right? So you start here, your camera is facing forward, but you have these barriers, alright, and see, you can still go through them, they're not really stopping you or anything, but the way they're placed, they're sort of like I could have placed them like like orderly, like at correct 90-degree angles, but they're tilted so that they sort of guide you towards the left, and they guide you towards the left, and then here's a straight road, right, and you have a straight path walking towards the motel, and you see some benches there as well. So they nothing is there on the left, so you only have these benches, so they draw your attention towards the right. You have some more benches, and then there is a mailbox and there's some rocks behind it. This is what you would call as like guiding, is what is called a guiding line, guiding the player's attention. So these rocks, they bring you to the back, and if you walk around the back, you can see the AC that you were looking for. Now this is very well hidden, and without these clues it would be extremely difficult to find where you're going for. Let's look at task 5. Someone threw a trash bag near the school. It's trying to remedy the situation. I guess we're the garbage collector. In this case, the school is right front. You have the traffic lights that sort of frame the area of where you're supposed to, where you need to go to. And I've used the benches here again to draw your attention towards the left. The school is right here. Some players, they decided to go to the back, but like for most players, they went here first because of the benches, and you would find the trash bag here. Task 6. You heard about some money being found near the gas station. Maybe it's worth checking it out if it's still there. Okay. You shouldn't pick up money lying on the road, FYI. But this is a good example. Let me talk about it. So this one, I wanted to block this road, but I didn't want to block this one as well. So instead of just blocking the roads, I wanted to try something else, which is you have mailbox and benches which are all there in a straight line, and then you have a water tanker there. They all sort of draw your attention forward, right, without anything being explicit here. It sort of draws your attention forward, and then you see the gas station, and then you can already see it peeking from the background, our objective, which is the money, and it's still here, so we're just gonna grab it. Yeah. Now task 7. In this one, we will use the principles for the next 3 tasks. We'll use the principles that we've already established, plus we will also add lighting on top of it. And I'm gonna reduce the number of props a little bit for the next level so that we can see how much of an effect just lighting alone can make. Right. So in this one, if you the lighting engine in Unity is not the best to illustrate this effect, but if you go forward, right, you walk forward, the path behind is blocked. You see there's this light here, and then there's another light that's blinking, right, fire hydrant next to the fire station, and then like how would you know it's at the back of the fire station? If you walk around, like you can see, it's, we saw the fire station earlier in earlier level. It's here, fire department, but nothing is written on the back. And to know exactly where it is in the building, you have the lights to draw attention, and especially the blinking light, it grabs players' eyes very quickly. Task 8, you need to collect your mail from the mailbox near the new burger shop. Okay, so even in this one, right, you have these benches and you have the spotlight, right, that draws your attention. And then when you walk around here, you have another light that draws your attention to the burger shop, and right next to the burger shop we have our mailbox and our mail. Okay, that was a speed run, I guess. Task 9, you need to collect some cash from the ATM behind an auto repair store. Now, so for the last one, I decided to put the same exact starting position, and I wanted to see how much of a difference just the lights can make. So you have these traffic lights, right? First you have this one on the right that makes you want to go forward, but then you have this one on the left as well, and then you have these lights here on the auto repair store. So you can't see much here, but then I guess so this is something I want to do, that even though you can't see the light on the background, you can see like the sides of it, and since it's blinking, like I said, it draws your attention. And when you go here, you can just see your code. Alright, so before I just quit this demo, I guess I would just take a minute to summarize what we've gone through. I've designed a demo city, and this demo is to demonstrate the effect of level design principles to make it more intuitive and to guide the player's direction. And in this demo, we could see that how just having some few props can make a huge difference. In this one, I have done like an extreme version of it, as in like a complete absence of props versus the presence of them, to sort of illustrate on an extreme level how much of an impact these things can make. But I would imagine on a finished project, the difference would be less noticeable between the areas that you want to go versus the area that you won't. For example, a AAA game will have props everywhere. It will not have an empty space. In that game, it would be a matter of where you have higher concentration of props or where the props are pointed, so on and so forth. And I hope if this demo and this video, and hopefully my thesis report as well, is useful for level designers who want to make their level design more interesting and guide the player's attention without using mini maps. I guess I'm just lazy and I don't want to make mini maps, or I want to make better and more engaging fun games. I hope this demo was clear and you understood the purpose of it. And thank you. Have a nice day.